Hello and welcome to Khyber Shards, a 5th edition actual play set in the Eberron campaign world. This week's episode brought to us once again by the Sword and Sheath, now boggle-free. Alright, what happened last time?
You're welcome.
Last time, I don't think we got a sponsor last time. Yeah.
We didn't, I totally forgot last time.
Oh man, yeah. Guys, come on. We need the views, we need the comments. We gotta get sponsors.
And they have to be fictional and set in Eberron.
Last time we were returned from Thelanis, the TH, is that right? Okay, Thelanis. Yep. Wholly one member of our party stronger. We went in with 3, came back with 4, and she does not have a name and does not have much knowledge because she apparently doesn't know anything that wasn't in her story. So we introduced her to Arlo and Thora and outside and fire and cooking.
Yes.
And a couple words of common. She likes the grove on the island. She and the ocelot are besties. And Dane. Yes, Dane is his name. Yeah, Dane. This was like 3 minutes ago. He's back. He's back and totally cool, and is interested in our Warforged friend. Well, he's interested in the house that probably is responsible for our Warforged friend, and giving them a slap down. So we did it. We made it back intact.
Indeed,
whole.
Like heroes.
Here we are. Yeah, that's right where we were. So we will pick up there. So current situation.
Perfect timing.
Yep.
Well said, Vash. Well said.
I agree wholeheartedly.
Bash, come.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Place.
Cal is just really tired of not getting any attention.
Understandably.
Getting a little
now
demanding.
he started barking, which is a dope trick for a cat.
It's a Fey Panther. You can't limit his abilities.
This is fair. My bad. I'll pull up on it. My bad.
So Dane and Pog and Esri are kind of walked back towards the house, and Shade and Thora are returning back towards the grove. Dane has been talking about his belief that there is a House Cannith facility here, and Esri had just brought up the existence of Forge. So Dane, hearing about Forge, I see. My theory is, on the continent, there's all these regulations that stop Cannith from experimenting to their heart's content. So I'm imagining that here is where they're holding on to all the things that they wouldn't be allowed to keep on the continent.
It's definitely not just them. It's like, it's. I'm sure it's all of them. Did she tell you about Dicer?
What's a dicer?
That is the question. We have some.
Bless you.
Excuse me. We have some. One now living specimen of an engineered creature. Pretty sure anyway. It's definitely made to kill.
Ah. So a fatalist weapon of some kind.
Yeah, probably. We're waiting for it to grow up.
That's interesting.
He's gonna be beautiful.
Aside from their shop, My understanding has always been that Vedalus doesn't keep an enclave here. It would seem
I don't really know about that.
That suggestion would seem to suggest otherwise.
Pog, do you know?
First of all, thank you for including me, but no, definitely, I know nothing about any of this at all.
Yeah, I
but
guess
Dicer will be awesome.
Yeah, we had Slicer too, but I cut him open, and well, he was dead. It was dead, and I cut him open. It opened. I don't think they have, undercarriage.
Right.
Which is probably for the
It
best.
always goes there with him, Dane. It's kind of his thing.
So like I was saying, I had in mind to see if Thora was interested in partnering up for a job on this kind of facility, but knowing that you all are here, and I didn't know she had a little strike force built up. So
Cool name.
it's just a descriptor more than anything else, but sure.
Can we be the strike force? Like the three of us?
Clearly, I don't have any sway when it comes to names.
Strike force. Thanks. Dane, can I use that?
Sure.
Cool.
That brings up a really
So
interesting question for me and Thora. I don't think. Why did y'all split up to begin with? You guys were a team, right?
we were for a long time. Back in the Black Wheel days. But we had a difference of vision regarding the best way to proceed in making the world safer for ourselves and those like us.
Oh.
What was your thought?
Were you involved in the other House Tarkanan?
Yeah.
Oh.
Right. Okay. That does ring a bell. Awkward.
Why?
Because we're sort of calling ourselves House Tarkanan also.
That's fine. We don't call ourselves that anymore.
Oh. What do you... I haven't heard. What do you call yourselves now?
The children of Khyber.
Oh, maybe I had heard that. I don't know if I heard that. Yeah. Isn't Khyber, not good?
Khyber is chaos. Khyber is where all the things that we don't understand live. But just because we don't understand them doesn't necessarily make them evil, or bad, or dangerous. They often become dangerous because we don't understand them. But...
Okay. Can see that.
And that's how the houses see us. Dangerous, because they don't understand. Or because they
Right.
can't control.
Sure. Yeah, maybe we should go. We should go back inside. Talk to Thora about all this Kenneth and business. See what,
In the strike force.
right.
That's right.
Yeah.
Only really two of us are strikers.
Well, you're still part of the force.
Okay, but I don't know. It doesn't seem like it encompasses all of our contributions.
And you can see, well, I don't know, Shade, I mean, Thor is walking back towards the house. And Shade, you notice that Thor is walking with a certain urgency. But what is Shade doing? Is Shade accompanying Thor back, or is Shade staying at the Grove?
Staying at the Grove.
Okay. So when you return, you find the girl just sitting with her back up against one of the trees and her head leaned back. And you aren't completely sure, but it kind of seems like the very nicely shaped notch that she's leaned back in you don't remember it being quite where it is now. And her eyes
Did you make
lighten
that?
again. And did I make what?
Where you're leaning looks different.
The tree did that.
That was very nice of it.
They're good trees.
Can you can you do the blue tendril thingies on purpose?
I don't think so. I've never tried.
Okay.
I've actually never tried to do it at all. I've only ever tried not to do it.
That's an excellent step. How successful are you in that?
I've never stopped it from happening before.
Okay. Whenever it
Someone
happens,
would come along and stop me. And then I'd be alone again in the forest. And I'd try to find my way out. But I couldn't. It just went on, and eventually I would get so cold and afraid and very alone. And then it would just start to happen.
How did they try to stop it?
Sometimes they tried to save me. And sometimes they just tried to hurt me.
Oh, that. I'm sorry. Okay, here's the deal. You infect forests, and we live super close to a really big forest. This is not the forest. This is a lovely grove.
I could see it when we were up high. I could see it.
Okay. And I don't want you to infect the forest. Those
I don't
those
want
blue
to do
tendrils,
it.
I didn't think so, and that's a good place to start. But we need to practice work on it not happening. So I'm going to ask you a lot of questions, and I want you to know that I am asking those questions because I want to help you. I don't want to hurt you, but sometimes we do have bad feelings here. So I just you said that in where you came from, you always knew it was going to happen, and the good and the bad. And I just want you to know that you won't know what's going to happen here, but sometimes it's good and sometimes it's bad. And if it's bad, you need to not infect a forest.
I think I understand.
Yeah.
You see a little bit of an odd look come out of her face, and her eyes get very, very bright, and she looks very carefully at you. You're not, you're not tricking me, are you?
No,
This isn't
that's
just a-
why I said
This isn't just a
all of
fox
the
trick.
things that I did. No.
Sometimes other ones play tricks, and I was never very good at noticing when it was not a trick and when it was.
Just I was gonna say that just because I sometimes look more like a fox doesn't mean that I'm sneaky, but I am sometimes very sneaky. But not lying sneaky, in just like sneak up on you sneaky. But I don't
That's
know how to tell you to trust me without that sounding like a sneaky trick either.
it isn't always. It isn't always mean. Sometimes they're just funny. They wandered into the story sometimes.
I don't think infecting forests is funny.
I didn't. No, I know.
Okay.
All of the ones like you that I met in that other place seemed to often be tricking, and I just wanted to know whether this was a trick we were playing or whether this was real.
What do you mean, like the other ones like me that wandered into your forest?
The other kitsune. Fox people.
Oh no, I'm a shifter. That's different.
But you were a fox person.
Because I shifted. And then I shifted back. I know, it's okay.
Right.
I don't think there's a lot in the
They do that.
world.
They do that. They change shapes. That's what they do. That's one of the ways that they play tricks.
Player question. What does Shade know about shifters versus Kitsune?
Make a roll of traditionally knowledge about the Fae is Arcana. If by chance history is better, I'll let you use history. I don't know if that's any better for you.
They are not. That is not. But
Okay.
I will roll Arcana.
All right.
And I rolled a 17.
You have probably heard stories about you've probably heard stories about Kitsune as a fae creatures who are able to change their shape. They're within a limited sense, not in the way that Arlo can, but they can tend to appear like foxes. They can appear like humanoids, or they can appear like fox people, like anthropomorphic foxes. And they are, yeah, you probably recognize what she's saying. They are known for being, they can be known for being tricksters, but also sometimes for being sources of wisdom in the forest. You've never encountered one, but you've definitely seen them appear in stories.
All right.
And they typically have between 1 and 9 tails, depending on how ancient they are.
Thank you. I am just a fox shifter. But if you've met other things not from your story, do you know the Forest Queen, and or have you heard of Shay Tyrius Tolai?
The Forest Queen is the Forest Queen is the one who taught trees to speak and the woke the first dryads. And
Have you met her?
I never have. But the city of Silver, Shay Tyrias Talai. I've heard of that.
Do you know where it is? Tell me everything.
The fae in my place talked about it sadly. Like it was a place that was lost long ago. And they said that it was attacked by creatures from outside the world and plundered. And that the ruler of Shay Tyrias Talai sent her people away to save them. They fled and stayed herself to save her people and stop them from being pursued.
Was the leader a sphinx?
She was like a great cat, but with long hair like an elf maiden and wings of a great bird.
Mm-hmm. Do you know how to get there? Or stories that take place there? Or stories that take place of the Forest Queen? I I don't know really what I'm asking. I just want to go back there.
They. I have heard stories of it, but all of them are very sad. I don't think anyone's there anymore.
I had a dream and there was a sphinx and she said to go to the city and find her. So I think she's still there, but it's very sad. It's all like burned and destroyed. And if she wants to be found and helped, I want to help her.
Maybe. I know. I know it was outside of where I was. But the people that I spoke to about it all said it was in two places. It was in our world and in another world.
Like the face spiders.
I don't know if that's what they called them, but but perhaps.
Well, anytime that you want to tell any stories, I would listen to them.
Oh. All right. That could be all right. Do you think she's in trouble?
I do. I have had this nightmare dream where she talks to me, but like I've never met her, and so why would I be dreaming about somebody that I've never met or place that I've never seen? So I think that the Forest Queen is giving me these visions so I can go find and help her. I feel like maybe the Forest Queen should have sent those visions to someone who knew what they were doing, though. I was very excited about this, but also I do not know what I'm doing.
If we could get there through the trees.
Oh?
The trees in the Feywild, between the places, the elves and the Eladrin and the Kitsune and the fairies and other creatures often travel by traveling from one tree to another. Not like the ocelot does, but like we would start at this tree and we would end up at a tree in a different part of the wild.
What? That would be so cool.
I don't know how to do it,
Same.
But it's something that people who understood, like the like the druid in the heart tree, might understand how to do that.
You know, we're supposed to go visit some druids anyways. We need to come up with a plan in case you go blue tentacly again. And I don't want to like surprise you with that. I want us to talk about what that might be. But Thor suggested maybe we go talk to the druids at Roshame, and maybe they could help with that. Maybe they know about tree traveling too.
Is this your story?
So in this world, we don't have like stories like your world. Like we I was gonna say we can do anything we want, but we can't do anything we want. There are consequences to that. Maybe we go inside and talk to Pog and Esri now. Arlo. Let's go talk to Arlo. I feel like he would like to explain this because I am here and I am living my life, but I'm not in a story like where you came from a story. And so
you won't
I don't know what I was going to say after that.
end a story and then start back at the beginning of it.
We don't the story doesn't end and we start back somewhere.
That won't happen to you? That won't happen here?
Right. So when your story ends,
Maybe you just haven't gotten to the end of it.
No, because you remember starting over and doing it again.
Yes.
And I have never done it again.
Maybe you just haven't gotten to the end of yours.
I don't know, because so after you get freed from the blue tentacle-y thingies, right?
Sometimes.
What happens next?
Then things are okay for a little while. And I'm
Right?
with the heart tree. And then I get lost again. And
So
then
that just goes
I'm
right to
alone
the back. Okay.
and cold.
But what if you didn't get lost? Like, this is, I guess you're lost now. I don't think we're talking about the same thing, but I don't
I'm-
know how to talk
But
about
I'm not
it.
scared.
Awesome. That's good. Hey, and if you get cold, fire is really good for that. It keeps you warm.
That is good.
But don't touch it because it burns.
Oh, okay. I won't.
But then it's really good if you're protecting yourself, and then you can burn other things or people.
That is good. Back at the house. So the two of you go. Thora is approaching, as you are saying. Maybe we find Thora. And Dane turns. Everything all right? I think so. Well, I was just talking to your strike force here about
That's us.
about this Kenneth job, and you see a on Thora's face. Well, that's something that we'd that's something that I would have liked to discuss with them, and probably will still need to.
We were just coming to get you, actually.
It's
The
something
strike
we'll
force.
probably need to talk about. Yes. Right. Yes. Yeah. And why don't you let me? She's looking at Pog and Esri. Why don't you let me talk to Dane here for a moment? And then I'll. A lot today, and so we'll talk about that and what is tomorrow. After. You're probably hungry. I suppose you missed dinner.
I had a carrot.
Yes. You
Half a
did.
carrot. Dane, but it was really great to see you again. I reach out to
He
shake
shook
your
your
hand.
Are you staying here tonight, or are you staying
I have,
nearby?
I'm at an inn in the town.
Oh.
Which one?
I know a guy.
You have a recommendation?
I do. You should try the Sword and Sheath if they have a room open, and tell Carl that you're my friend. That's my boss.
Yeah, keep your
I might do
valuables
that.
close.
Don't listen to him.
Problem.
There's a
Don't
boggle
listen to him.
in town. At least one.
Ah. Well, I'll keep an eye out for that.
Good to see you, Dane.
He pumps your fist. Good to see you all. He and Thora walk a little bit off and seem to be in conversation. And it's about this time that Shade returns with the girl in tow.
Could really go for some bacon right now. Do you know if we have any bacon?
I don't feel like I don't even know how to cook bacon. Never
We
done
should
it
go
before.
somewhere that makes bacon.
Well, we should check, right?
Oh, hey, Shade. Hey, Shade. Listen to this. We have a name for our group now. Dane
More of
came
a
up with it. It's
more of a descriptor.
We're called the Strike Force.
It's like it's like
No.
A's.
Just like for our group.
Okay, because strike is like multiple things. Because you can like
That
hit things.
two of you do.
And you can like strike things with your fire.
Mm-hmm.
And then we
And
have
strike,
people.
like, not go to work.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Huh.
A good name, right?
I like it.
Good. Yeah. Dane came up with it. He said we can use
Awesome.
it, though. How's the child?
Well, it was very nice of him.
Yeah, speaking of names, do you have one
dude.
for her yet?
Nope.
Okay. I can't think of the only word I can think of that rhymes with dicer is nicer.
But Dicer is our our future pet. She is people.
Yeah, well, I'm trying to avoid the Ford situation.
We don't know if she's nice or not, and so maybe we should hold off on naming her a descriptive name before we get to know her better.
Oh, there's also Splicer.
She did splice things with her
Yeah.
So when Thora said we would talk after, did she mean after the night or after she and Dane talked?
I got the feeling she wanted to wait till tomorrow.
Okay.
food. Are we eating
Right.
here or are we eating at the ship's cat?
Well,
Those are
I
the only
don't know
options?
how to bacon.
Yes.
So,
Okay. So we'll go to the ship's cat and we'll ask how to cook bacon.
or just get their bacon. That's
Wait,
already
that's a really
cooked.
good question. Yeah, let's go.
Can we bring?
She can meet
Her-
another shifter.
Maybe she should stay.
We're not leaving her. You read the story with us. Like, you were there. We're not leaving her. Ezri.
Okay.
Boy, earlier I said that she had a lot, but now that we have her, we have a lot. Because I don't know if she's ready for the city, but we can't leave her while we go.
Do we need to ask Forge? I mean, it doesn't eat.
It might want to leave the rock, though.
Okay.
Can't hurt.
It's at this time that Shade is going to attempt to explain a Warforged to our Fae friend.
It's like a machine.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
While Shade does that, Pog is going to go get Forge.
You find Forge inside. Looking, Pog, you are back.
Yeah, hi, Forge. You are here.
I am.
So the strike force is all going to go and get some bacon at a
what?
restaurant. Oh, it's the name for our group. We're the strike force.
I
It's a
see.
good name, right?
You strike things. Yes, that is descriptive.
Good. It's good. Yeah. Our friend Dane said we could use his name that he came up with. So it's pretty cool. Did you meet Dane?
I noticed that there was another person here. I did not meet them.
He's probably going to meet you at some point. While we were talking to him, I guess we didn't exactly find out for sure. You like Forge for what we call you, right, as a name?
Yes, it is also descriptive. I work well with metal, and forge. A forge is a place where one works metal, so it is descriptive and also, I think, mildly amusing.
Good. Good. Okay. I just wanted to make sure that we didn't say what your name was and you didn't get to tell us if you liked it or not.
It was helpful.
So, the rest of the strike force, we're going to go to a restaurant and get bacon and probably other foods too. Do you want to come with us? Probably not for bacon, but to hang out.
I do not require food.
Right, but not bacon. But I didn't know if you had had a chance to walk around at all or if you wanted to just come and hang out.
I understand that there are some in this city who might wish to acquire me and put me back in a box. Because of this. And also I am told most of the other beings like myself do not look like myself.
That is true. Yeah.
I think it would probably be unwise for me to venture into the city until we know more about that and why and who.
That's probably a good idea, but I just didn't want you to think that if we go and do things that are for fun and you don't come, we don't want you there. That's all. It's probably smart. I mean, you could wear a hat of mine if you want, but I don't know if that's going to help. Totally.
That is friendly of you. Thank
Well,
you.
I would like to be your friend. We all would.
Yes. Thank you.
Do you want me to? You're welcome. Would you like me to bring you back some metal to snack on?
I do
some
not
nails or something?
eat metal.
Oh,
I can turn metal into things, but I do not eat metal. If you brought me metal, I could turn it into something else.
other thing, if you have a second, that I do have is some more of those dragon shards that
Yes.
you did the finger carving with the stuff you do. We can put those on other things, right?
Yes, I could add an enchantment to other items using dragon shards.
We are going to need to talk about that sometime that I'm not super hungry.
Very well. I would enjoy that.
Well, good talking to you, Forge. It can be softer. It can. We'll see you, buddy.
Outside, Esri and Shade, both of you give me a perception check.
Yes. Stop it.
Getting back, go back.
Don't
sheet,
purr so
sheet,
loud.
sheet. Perception?
Perception.
Perception. Natural
Oh my
one.
goodness.
Natural
Total.
20.
Nice.
Total of 7.
You guys would make a great couple. You're like yin and yang.
Yeah, we should explore that possibility.
Right.
So with a 26.
All right. So, Esri, you are entirely absorbed in waiting for Pog to return and in thinking about names for the child. Shade, you become aware that you can. I mean, well, I was going to give you the vague tone of this, but with a natural 20, you become aware that you can overhear bits of Thora and Dane's conversation. You first off become aware that it is a clearly tense conversation. And with the natural 20, I'm going to suggest that causes you to begin giving it your attention. And what you overhear is this. I'm not letting you get them involved in whatever it is you're scheming to do. They're already involved. You've already involved them in this sort of thing. Right, but there's a lot of difference between breaking up a warehouse run by a smuggling gang and breaking into a Khyber forge. It's not safe for them. They're not ready for that. That's rather ironic, don't you think? You and I have had this conversation before, and I don't want to have it again. Do they know about all that? Dane. Do they know how they got there in the first place? They know what they need to know now. And they know that I'm helping them. And I know that you're not. You're not going to make a safer world this way. Only way is to seize it. And that's why I'm not in Sharon with you. I wish you were. I spend a lot of time wishing that too. But not with this. Not this way. And not with what it's become. Well, they can make their own decisions. And Dane walks away towards the towards the stairway.
Sorry, making my list notes.
When was
Hogwarts
the
up
last
the
time
two
we
of
went
y'all.
out?
So, Forge does not do bacon or nails or
Obviously.
public, but he does do being
get
my
that.
friend. So, he's not going to come. They're not going to come with us. So,
Okay.
let's go.
Thora and Dane just had a really interesting conversation, and I think y'all should know about it.
Oh,
Okay. Where's the girl? Oh.
She's
Did any-
actually she's standing off to the side with her hand in one of the shrubs, and her eyes have kind of gone dim again.
Shay, did you ask if she wants food or to go elsewhere?
No.
She walks over and climbs into the fountain and just sits down and just
oh my god.
Do you
Literal flower
want to
child.
stay in this fountain, or do you want to go to town with us? We're gonna go eat.
I have. What do you eat?
Food.
Truth.
I could eat some food.
Great. We're gonna go to the Ship's Cat, and it's run by Harish, and I think you will like it a lot.
That sounds nice.
I am gonna talk to them in the language that they understand. So I'm not ignoring you. I just need to tell them something important.
All right.
Yeah, she wants to go.
Okay.
Okay. What were they talking about?
It seemed to be us, and Dane wanted us to break into the camp.
When she starts talking, I want to look around and see if we're
You can see
being observed.
You can see Dane was walking off towards the descent, and Thora seems to just be watching him go.
Maybe we should wait till we are away.
But what if we wanted to ask them follow-up questions about the conversation that they had?
We can do that when we get back.
Okay.
So walk and talk?
Yeah. We gotta
Okay.
climb down the building stairs. The building that became
Okay.
stairs.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, that's how you get off the island.
Right.
That story
it's
did something
tiring.
to you. Okay. So, Shade, what was it they were saying? And starts walking towards the stair building.
And then she just recounts the entire conversation.
Yeah.
What do you think they meant by how we got here? How did we, I would like to know more about that.
Yeah.
I don't think he meant here. I think he meant there.
No, because I'm pretty confident that I know how I got here.
Pog, you think he meant to Blackwheel?
I do.
I know
Does he-
exactly how I got to Blackwheel.
Does he think Thora put us there? That's not why I was there.
Maybe he means that what went down the day we left isn't what we've thought it was the whole time, or what everyone else thought it was. Like I've been saying.
Well, now I'm more curious than hungry.
Well, not me. We're down here. We're eating. Shade, no offense, but you're not very good at cooking carrots.
I wouldn't know.
You have a fire, you stick the things over the fire, and then they're cooked.
Carrots need added moisture. You need some oil maybe to lock it in. You can't just burn
Do
it.
you think
can,
that if we
And I did.
talk to Thora, she'll tell us what she was arguing about with Dane? Because I think if we talk to Dane, he'll definitely tell us what he was arguing about with Thora.
Okay, but I really trust Thora, and she has been very, very good to us. And earlier, I talked to her, and she asked me to take care of our Fae friend over here, and she didn't even yell at me.
Thora
Thora,
talked to you
I
without
think we should
getting
ask
mad?
her.
Thora is excellent at telling the truth without telling you the truth.
That doesn't make sense.
She is one of the best liars I've ever met, or at least one of the best omitters. I can't ever figure out if what she's saying is actually what she means or not. It's just what she does. So no, I don't think if you ask her, she's going to tell you what he meant. I think she'll tell you something that is true and very plausible, and that makes a lot of sense and probably leaves out something very important.
That made a lot
I
more
don't-
sense. Thank you.
I don't want to be not on Thora's side, but I am very curious about why Dane is not on her side. So when we get dinner, I might go to work and see if he is staying at the Sword and Sheath, and I
you
might
still
talk to him.
employed there?
Oh, Carl's not going to fire me. He's making the only money he makes now is from my shirts.
Sometimes he
People just
strikes,
go and
and
tell the
sometimes he
stories.
goes to work.
It's true. I'm working
Intermittent
every time
striker.
I'm not on strike. Force.
Sweet gig, I guess.
Yeah.
You could ask Dane, and I could ask Thora.
I think that's the right decision. And then we all talk together, but we decide what we do together, not just do what either of them says. We do what we decide.
Agreed.
Here's something to consider. We know something that they don't know that we know.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to get
Which-
confused in this statement.
Those two don't know that we overheard or that Shade overheard that conversation. Sometimes it makes a lot more sense to keep that to ourselves because that gives us a little bit of power.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe you talk to Dane and just see what he has to say, but we should probably be a little more careful around Thor.
That is. I don't think we should tell either of them that Shade heard them. I think you are definitely right. I think we ask them why they weren't getting along like we were getting along with the both of them. That's all. Because they weren't pretending that. Thora was.
No. And
Very
Dane did tell
serious.
me that, you know, he was involved with the other House Tarkanan. They call themselves the Children of Khyber now. So good news, we have sole ownership of the name. I feel a lot better about that, actually.
We got 2 names in one day. This is good.
Yeah.
This is good for us.
But Thora disagrees with his methods. We know that. She wants people to like us, and he wants people to. I'm not sure exactly how he'd put it, but respect us, or fear us, or at least to use what we have more aggressively.
Well, I am not nervous about talking to him about that because I know how I feel, and you guys know how I feel because I said it a whole bunch of times when we were talking about Tommel also wanting for us to, to be treated
honestly,
differently, but doing bad things.
He seems like a lot more cool Tommel.
Well, Tommel's lame,
Tommel went
so
all,
that's not hard.
and he's like,
Yeah.
you know. Also, Tommel's.
No.
What happened to Tommel? Tommel's gone, right? We haven't
Who
heard
cares?
from him in a long time.
Who cares?
Well, yeah,
Nobody
I guess
cares.
that's true. No,
Tommel's
there's-
gone.
There's really,
So-
I don't even know why we're bringing him up.
Tommel who? So, Bacon,
Trolling. Just the trolling.
Bacon, and then conversations, and then Strike Force meeting to talk about our conversations.
I don't think Thora will tell me anything. If I try to be sneaky and I'm like, Thora, why aren't you getting along with Dane? I think Thora will then just say, mind your own business, Shade, and then she would not.
Sounded exactly like her.
It's a good impression.
That
You've
was
been working
really
on that,
good.
I think.
So, Esri, you talk with Thora and Shade?
Ooh,
Sure,
Esri's
I
a
could-
better talker.
I can bring it up. Like I
Thora
said, I
does
don't
talk
think-
good to you.
Yeah. She's really intimidating.
That's
know,
why
she's
I was going
always
with
mad
just
at me.
tell her everything we know.
I'm not used
Don't
to
do
not.
that.
Guys, I'm serious. I can always figure out what people are about. What they really mean. And every time she's it's like she's a piece of wood, but a dead one that I can't talk to or like manipulate.
No offense.
Yeah,
That's
not like
the
you.
That was good.
So I'll try, but
Well,
Yeah.
that's all we can do. That's all we can do. So
I
that's the plan.
I could ask if I could just see through Cal's eyes and then not speak to Thora directly and just be like, "Hey Cal, spy on Thora."
your
That would
panther is literally the worst spying creature that could possibly exist.
like
But-
he's very pretty, but he's a lot of the room.
He wouldn't sneak in there. He's a giant panther.
Will
That's what
literally
we're saying.
stop conversation by being around.
But like he's
I'm using
around
word
all the
literally
time.
All the time. Literally.
That's why he wouldn't be noticed. Because he's here always.
He-
But oh,
Yeah,
okay.
we don't. Let's probably, like I said, not try and spy on Thora or trick.
That'll
Thora.
get us in a lot of trouble if she finds out.
She-
If we
she
ask
owns
a
our
question
home.
like Thora would ask a question, which is a little sneaky but not spying, I don't think she'll be as mad as if we were spying on her.
Yeah.
So that's what
Maybe.
we do.
We keep bringing beings home, that are inherently really dangerous.
But this time only one. Last time I brought 11 of them.
Yeah,
It's true.
That was bad.
12
That was bad, yeah.
for each also.
Oh, dang,
Saving
yeah.
them was
You're
not
right.
bad.
What? What?
I don't know who you're saying what
You,
to.
yeah, Shade, what'd you say?
Saving them was not bad.
I'm not saying it was bad, but we're putting a lot of stress on Thora in ways that I don't think she anticipated. And yeah, I think we should be maybe a little more careful with
I
the
don't
Dane
think you're wrong.
situation. I think
I-
I think it's probably touchy.
And again, I don't want to not be on Thora's side. I just think it's better for us to know more than she might tell us.
Does this mean that we don't trust Thora? Because
No.
I have trusted Thora, and now you're indicating that I should not.
I think that Esri was right, and she says a little when she knows a lot. And she's not lying about the things she tells us, but she doesn't tell us everything.
Okay.
Shade, I've told you this before, but literally, kill that word. Every person I trust in this world, I'm talking to right now. Not you. You two.
No offense.
It's just you two.
He means the strike force.
I don't trust Thora. But
Wait, does that include Forge?
no. Forge isn't here. I don't trust Forge.
But he's part of the strike force.
No, I don't think so.
Oh.
Not yet.
Okay. Okay.
You
It's
don't
just
have
okay.
you don't have to trust people to you can believe their actions without trusting them. Does that make sense?
I trust almost nobody. And Thora did a whole lot to help us continue living. And so Thora is one of my 5 people that I trust.
Shade, let me ask you this.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think you're equal with Thora?
I don't understand what you mean by that.
Do you think you're equal with me?
I don't understand what you mean by that.
Who has more power, you or Thora?
Thora,
Who has more power, you or me?
you.
Well, that's not the answer I expected, so maybe my point is going to be lost here. Why do you think that? I don't mean magic.
Well, that's a really personal question. I think that if I think if I left the group or you left the group, that you would be more okay than me. If that were to happen, that's not going, but it's not going to happen. And so I think,
Okay, well, we'll address that in a second. But you're saying who's in the group?
is me and you and Pog
Right,
and
that's
Cal.
And what?
Cal.
Cal. Well, okay, sure.
I do trust Cal. I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I trust Cal.
Cal does seem trustworthy as long as you don't want somewhere to sit. We're in the group. We're equal. Thora is not equal. Thora is above our little group. Trusting her is dangerous. We can trust her actions. We see what she does, and that tells us what we can do, right? She helps us. She wants us to be safe, it seems, or at least she does things that keep us safe.
And she told Dane that she didn't want us to participate because she wanted to keep us safe.
Right. But that doesn't mean that everything she will ever want us to do is good for us. That's really all I'm saying.
Common.
So, to what you just said, that's very, you really think you wouldn't be okay on your own?
Oh no, I would survive just fine. I think I would be more sad that the strike force wasn't together.
I love this so much. I love this.
Than you would be.
Well, that's maybe not fair. You feel much bigger than I do. Regardless.
Which makes you more powerful.
Oh,
And I just want to be clear on one thing here. Neither one of y'all's leaving the strike force, right? Like you're both like,
That's what I said. Was that's not going to happen?
because I don't like it
until
as a topic, because then it feels like it's on the table, and I
up
wouldn't
until we
be
started
okay.
using this word, no.
name.
It's so descriptive.
Yeah. No.
It's-
Let's
Pog.
we'll take a vote on it if you want, Esri, but it's gonna be our name.
You're right, Shade. I might not be as sad, but I would literally have nothing. This is everything I have. So I'm not leaving. Well, I might leave Orlando's place, but
It was a really good
I'm not leaving
spot.
you two.
You were in a really good spot to stop your statement. It was a good ending point.
I'm
because
trying to
what we
be fully honest. Like, we might need to leave.
No, but you didn't say we.
A place,
Why
not
would
each
you
other.
make that statement?
A place, not each other.
If we leave, I leave. I mean, I'm part of we.
I put my hand on their shoulders and say, but we have each other. And now we have bacon, because we talked our whole way here. Can we eat, please?
Bacon.
Bacon.
Yes.
No,
She's handing her
there's-
pieces.
There's no bacon.
No, we have to go inside still.
No, she thinks this place is called Bacon.
I was picturing us sitting at the table and the bacon was getting delivered.
And as we walk into the ship's cat, we'll stop there. Thank you all so much for watching. If you'd like to get in touch with us, you can find links to all of our social media in the description below, along with a link to our Discord and our merch store and Colin's Twitch, where he streams as Sorry BTR. The O is a 0, streaming on Tuesdays. If you'd like to submit questions for Khyber Shards Answers, which drop every Friday, you can do so in the comments below or over in various channels on our Discord. New episodes of Khyber Shards drop every Monday. New Khyber Shards Answers every Friday. And until next time, thanks for rolling with us.